what if you had a situation that happened to you that you knew you couldn't avoid, but that if you did something differently, you can improve your situation? For example, let's say you knew a car accident was going to happen, you were going to be in it, and there was nothing that you could do to prevent it from happening. Would you do something differently? Like, would you put on a seatbelt? Would you give yourself space between the car in front of you? What about if you were at the mall and you knew there was going to be some sort of shooting or incident that you couldn't prevent because you couldn't change fate, but let's say you had to be there in that situation? Would you do something differently? Like maybe not be weighed down with packages and stuff in both your hands, so now you have a free hand to grab that firearm or that pepper spray or whatever. So you have to think about these things. Let's just say that you could prevent it. So in the car accident situation, how could you prevent that? Paying attention, situational awareness, giving yourself cushion between the cars in front of you. You're looking in your rearview mirrors. Maybe you could tap your brakes or something to alert that person that's coming, or maybe you can move out of the way like you would an ambulance or a first responder. What about a home burglary? You couldn't prevent the burglary, but let's say you could prevent somebody from walking in your door because you now lock your doors, or you have longer screws in your door jambs to make them a little bit harder to kick down, which gives you more time. What about if there was going to be an incident in your child's school, which let's say again, you couldn't prevent it, but you could educate your child on how to prepare better for that situation and repeating that education and etc. The mall incident, knowing where your exits are. What about being in a restaurant? If you knew that there was somebody that was going to break in one of these doors, you knew what other doors you could go to. So there's lots of things that we have to think about to prepare and to train ourselves. If you knew somebody was going to break in, would you now have one in the chamber? Would you now have that gun on your bedside table versus in the safe across the bedroom? Would you now educate your children on what's going to happen when or if somebody breaks into your house? We have to prepare. Planning is essential, and creating better habits put things into muscle memory so you don't have to think too hard about the shit that's about to go down. You can focus on just the event at hand, not is my gun loaded? Where is it? Are the kids safe? Do they know what to do? Where do we go? Etc. And then you have to have your plans. So how are you going to escape this situation? To avoid it completely. And if I can't avoid it and I can't escape, then how am I going to defend myself? People, plan ahead. Have a great day. WTF Kristen. This is Kristen. Check me out. Thanks.